Hey folks, Mike Dawkins from Worldcast Anglers here with your Jackson Hole fly fishing forecast for the weekend of the 8th and 9th of July. We hope everybody had a great 4th of July yesterday. Hopefully the smoke is cleared and the cobwebs have been cleaned out from all of the parties and the fireworks and the cookouts and everything like that. We hope you had a great time, hopefully on the water with family and friends and enjoying the beautiful place that we get to call home here in the greater Jackson Hole and Teton Valley area. Going into this weekend, the theme is we're starting to see a lot of our tributaries and a lot of our in-stream flows and a lot of that, sort of late spring water start to filter out. We're starting to see some of our reservoirs draft, which means they're starting to discharge more than they're coming, have flow coming in, and we're starting to see our hatches come online with great consistency, which will equal some better dry fly fishing opportunities and bring in some consistency in our dry fly fishing opportunities. This weekend, typical summer weather, 76 and 49, partly cloudy. Sunday, big 80 and 52 as the low, mostly sunny. So ditch the waders. It's time for wet wading season. Bring your sunscreen, always pack your rain jacket, and get after it out there in true summer fashion. Palisades Reservoir is 98% of capacity, so we lost 1% of capacity. Just like I was saying, we're starting to see some of these reservoirs draft where in-stream flows or inflow are starting to inflow is less than outflow. Jackson Lake, 88%. That's going to be the anomaly because we're only discharging 285 CFS right now, but that will change coming up. So everything in the upper Snake River Basin is starting to drop except for Jackson Lake. The Snake right behind me, we've got 285 CFS being discharged from Jackson Lake, 6,030 CFS coming into Palisades Reservoir before the salt and the grays. Hatches are definitely coming, on board here on the Snake. I've seen some drakes, I've seen some PMDs, I've seen some caddis. We've had some great reports of stoneflies, the occasional salmon fly and golden stones. So your dry dropper rigs are going to be king. Double nymph rigs, during those sort of midday doldrums or the bright sunny days. And streamer fishing has been spotty but good, so look for those opportunities with the dry fly fishing to start gaining more consistency as we start to see summer progress. The Snake, we're going to see those flows come up July 10th and July 11th up to 2,000 CFS coming out of Jackson Lake Dam. That flow is pretty normal. That timing is abnormal. So expect the Snake to sort of be off a little bit off of its summer game there as things settle out from that flow increase on the 10th and 11th. The South Fork of the Snake, 11,600 CFS coming out of Palisades Dam, 12,200 CFS there on the lower river around Heise. We've got salmon flies on the South Fork, definitely starting on the lower river, climbing into Section 3. The early morning bite has been better than others. We're also seeing some great drake fishing, especially in Section 2 and Section 3. So those big green drake parachutes, big purple parachutes, your attractor parachutes have been very productive, fishing with dries there in the South Fork Canyon. The upper on the South Fork has still been in true upper shape. Water flows are still cold. We're still seeing nymphing be the most productive, but expect that dry fly fishing to get good as those stoneflies start moving around more and more and more up there on the upper. The Henry's Fork, 845 CFS coming out of the box, 1,770 CFS on the lower river. We're still seeing some gray drakes, some flavs, some caddis, and PMDs there on the lower river. Usually by the 4th of July, things have petered out down there because of warmer water temps, but with these cold in-stream flows, we're starting to see a little bit extended season of dry fly fishing there on the lower Henry's Fork, the Ora, Chester, Vernon, Fun Farm area. So definitely keep that in mind if you're looking for some dry fly fishing. The ranch has been good with brown drakes, flavs, PMDs, and caddis. And then we've seen the Box Canyon fish pretty well in dry dropper, as well as nymphing with, your golden stones, your tactical jigs, Duracells, anything sort of along those lines. The Teton in Teton Valley, 833 CFS there around Driggs, 1,370 CFS down there around St. Anthony. Similarly, we're starting to see the Teton continue to drop. It continues to gain clarity, and it continues to provide some consistency in our dry fly fishing. There's been drakes out, there's been caddis, there's been PMDs, the occasional stonefly. yellow sallies. So look for that dry fly fishing to get really good here as summer, you know, sort of progresses, or we get summer takes a firmer hold on us. You know, the Teton is definitely one of those places that you're going to want to be on the water early or be on the water late because of just the general recreators that are out there during the summer season. It's a small river like the Salt or the Green or some of these other areas where it pays to be on early or late ahead of boats or behind, you know, sort of the general traffic there. Our Fly Shop happy hour Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. This week we've got 25% off all packs and bags. We still have buy a dozen, get a dozen free flies. We've got dollar tall boys for all those 21 and up. And then we've also got our sale rack at 60% off. So that's all I got. Hopefully everyone had a great 4th of July holiday yesterday. As I was saying, it's time to get fishing. Be safe out there. We'll see you here next week.